The darkness holds secrets, doesn't it? When the world sleeps, other things begin to stir. Tonight, we're not just telling stories, we're peering into those shadows together. Settle in, turn down the lights, and let's explore 6 tailies from the dead of night. Our first story comes from a long-haul trucker named Dave. On a deserted stretch of highway in Arizona, his radio crackled to life with a child's nursery rhyme, faint and distorted. He checked the dial, static, but the singing grew louder, seeming to come from just outside his cab. He floored it, heart pounding, the ghostly tune chasing him for miles before fading back into the hiss of the empty airwaves. He never drove that route at night again. Next, we meet Chloe, a college student studying late in the library. It was nearly closing time, the building silent except for the hum of the lights. As she packed her bag, she heard a soft tapping from the floor above, a section that had been closed for renovations for years. Curiosity got the better of her. She crept up the dusty stairs. The tapping stopped. In the center of the dark, empty room sat a single wooden chair, gently rocking back and forth, all by itself. She didn't wait to see if it would stop. Have you ever woken up, absolutely certain someone was in your room? That's what happened to Liam. He opened his eyes to see a tall, slender figure standing in the corner, motionless. He was paralyzed with fear, unable to scream or move. He squeezed his eyes shut, praying it was a dream. When he dared to look again, the figure was gone. But the next morning, he found a single, long scratch mark running down the wall where the figure had stood. Our fourth tale is about a group of friends camping in a national park. Around the campfire, they heard a twig snap in the woods. They called out, thinking it was another camper, but got no reply. A few minutes later, they heard it again, closer this time. Then, a low, guttural breathing sound emanated from just beyond the firelight. It circled their campsite for what felt like hours, always just out of sight. They huddled together, feeding the fire until the first rays of dawn finally broke through the trees, and the breathing finally ceased. Then there's the story of the old babysitter, Clara. She was watching a movie after the kids were asleep when the landline rang. The caller ID was blocked. A raspy voice on the other end just breathed heavily. She hung up, unnerved. It rang again. Same breathing. She called the police, who told her they would trace the call, but to keep the person on the line if they called back. It rang a third time. The voice whispered, "Have you checked the children?" The police operator came on the line moments later, shouting, "Get out of the house." The calls are coming from the upstairs extension. Finally, a story from a night shift security guard at a historic theater. His job was to patrol the empty building. Every night, around 3 a.m., he'd hear the faint sound of a single piano key being played from the main stage. When he'd go to investigate, the grand piano would be closed and locked, dust undisturbed. One night, he decided to record the sound. When he played it back, he heard the piano key. But he also heard something else his ears had missed. A woman's soft, sorrowful sigh right next to the microphone. The night is full of mysteries, whispers on the wind, and shapes in the shadows. We may never know the truth behind these encounters, but they remind us that we're never truly alone in the dark. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the night. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more unsettling tailies. Stay safe and sleep tight, if you can.